All right, everyone. Damn it, Deep Silver. Damn it, EaseNet. Damn it, Yu Suzuki. What the hell were you guys thinking? Seriously. Epic Game Store exclusive? Why is it now Epic Game Store exclusive? I mean, what happened to the backers that gave you what, almost $7 million, or is it even more now? Let me see something. Over $7 million. You had backers give you over $7 million to make Shenmue 3. To make Shenmue 3. And then you give everyone the middle finger because originally you were saying up until this point that was going to be on Steam. It was going to be PS4 and Steam for the PC. And now you decided to take Epic's money and be like, you know what? Screw the backers that made this possible. Screw them. And take Epic's money to make the PC version Epic Games exclusive. Okay. Just as a disclaimer, I did back this project. So I'm not just getting on the bandwagon to bash the game. I actually did put money into this project. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest Shenmue fan in the world. I appreciate what the franchise is. I even went and bought Shenmue 1 and 2 the day this collection came out. I haven't opened it yet because, I need time for that. But I still went and bought it the first day this was released. I remember having the original version back on the Dreamcast. And then I actually do have the Xbox version in the closet of Shenmue 2. So even though I'm not like the biggest fan of it, I bought the games before. I in some ways supported the game in the past, especially financially, and even now with Shenmue 3, I put money down the very first day it was announced. And clearly 81,087 backers gave you guys over $7 million to make this game. And then you kept delaying the game to improve the game, to make sure the game is in the shipping condition that you want, which I understand. And then for years, you had Shenmue 3 listed on the Steam page. And the crazy thing about this, Deep Silver is the publisher, which is owned by Koch Media. If you don't know who Koch Media is, they're basically like the conglomerate media company that also owns THQ Nordic. So if you ever heard of, they're also the company that bought THQ when THQ folded. Bought all the franchises, bought all the properties. And now they have THQ Nordic. But they also own Deep Silver. This is not a small company. This is not one of these cases where you have a publisher that's strapping for cash. This is clearly an attempt to get some quick cash. Who knows? Maybe in the back end that we don't know anything. But I'll tell you this, is that for a game like Shenmue 3, this is not the kind of news you want, because you absolutely know that anytime a game goes Epic Games exclusive, all you're doing is getting bad press and you're pissing off the fans. And in this case, you're pissing off all the backers that originally backed this project. If we go to comments on here, this is a very unethical move. I was promised a Steam key since the beginning and is what I expected. This is against Kickstarter rules. And yes, there are clauses in Kickstarter that basically says you are not supposed to be doing stuff like this. You're supposed to do what you're promising people for what people are paying for. The problem is that when a game becomes, at least for the PC, when I say exclusive, I'm just referring to PC, just to be clear. The problem with this, though, is that even when you break Kickstarter rules and there's like penalties and stuff like that, and then one of the things is that people can request refunds if you're not doing what was originally promised. This is one of these cases where when a game goes Epic Games exclusive, at that point, they don't care, because Epic Games gives them so much money that even if 100% of the people that back this project request a refund, they have the money to do it. So the question is, why even back projects anymore? And this is something that Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and there's a couple others out there, they all need to get more serious about stuff like this, because it's not just Kickstarter, it's also Steam, and Steam needs to start waking up and realizing that a lot of these developers and publishers are using these platforms as glorified ads. That's what it is at this point. It's just an advertisement. And that's also why I'm also convinced that Shenmue 3, when it was originally announced back in the day on Sony's E3 conference, that the game was going to get made regardless. Now, if I'm wrong, and the people behind Shenmue 3 are telling me I'm wrong, then come out and admit what happened. But I'm convinced that everyone that backed this project got duped. There's no other way around it. And not only that, take this comment for example. And Kickstarter is officially dead to me. Now I absolutely understand game publishers. Game developers are greedy, lazy, lying scum who can't be trusted ever. Go bankrupt, Suzuki. I hope this is your last game. I'll never hear about you anymore. All this does, it just puts a bad taste in everyone's mouth that's involved with this game now. It almost seems like that any legendary game developer, someone in the gaming industry that everyone knows, it seems like there's a curse that once they go to Kickstarter or Indiegogo, these types of formats, that it seems like everything's all hunky-dory, and then later on we found out it was all BS crap, and then everyone gets egg on their face. And it just puts a bad taste in their mouths. It ruins their name, their reputation, and for what? A quick buck? I understand this is a business and they're just trying to make money, but at the same time, this is also one of these cases that it might even tarnish the Shenmue name, in that if Shenmue 4 gets announced, no one's going to give two craps and no one's even going to buy the game, and then there's going to be no more Shenmue. Whatever happened with coming out with the game, getting, making the best game possible, getting good reviews, getting word of mouth, people going out buying the game, everyone telling others, hey, you got to play this game. This is actually really, really good. This could have been like a resurgence to bring in new people. The problem is, the new people that aren't too familiar with the Shenmue name, they're going to be looking at this and be like, oh man, these people are just like any other asshole developers that just gets a quick buck from people. And it puts a bad taste. It puts bad press on the Shenmue property. And that's the worst thing about it, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are diehard Shenmue fans. And because of this news, it tarnishes the name. I still hope the game is good, but at this point, there's over 122,000 comments on here, basically trashing the game and demanding refunds now. All because they wanted to get a paycheck from Epic Games. Sometimes in life, once you had a good thing for a little bit, it's always best to just stop where you're at instead of just like keep going, because then all of a sudden you start ruining, whatever said game property, movie franchise, it can be for any type of media. All you do is just tarnish it. And the worst thing about it, the people that are like hardcore fans with Shenmue, all this does, it just tarnishes the name. It tarnishes the name. And when people hear about, when they do like some bullshit move like this, that's like, oh man, that's the game that, screwed over all the backers that won the Steam version. All because they wanted a paycheck from Epic. And on top of that, this is not the first time Deep Silver pulled this kind of crap either. Because they also published Metro Exodus, which at the last second became an Epic Game Store exclusive. Except this time, it was kind of cut short. Then all of a sudden, because originally it was going to come out on other PC distribution stores in February 2020. But all of a sudden, it's on the Microsoft Store. And on top of that, it was also announced that it was going to be on Xbox Game Pass. So basically, everyone that paid full price for the game, if they waited a couple months, not only they could have gotten it somewhere else, they could have gotten it cheaper. And on top of that, you could have just got Xbox Game Pass and play the game that way. And all this does, it just tarnishes the name. it tarnishes the franchise. It tarnishes the brand. And it makes Deep Silver look like greedy bastards. And also, honestly, it also makes the developers look like greedy bastards too. And it sucks because originally, when I put my money down, you know, I did back this project, like I said before. I was like, you know what? He actually he's always wanted to make a sequel to Shenmue. He wanted to make a Shenmue 3. It was originally supposed to be like a 7-part series of games. I think it was 7. Maybe the number I'm a little off, but it was supposed to be quite a bit of sequels to this. And now, stuff like this, it just screws up the franchise. It screws up the name. And I feel sorry for the people that are hardcore fans for this, because stuff like this, it just tarnishes the brand. Let me know what your thoughts down below. Make sure you like this video. If you didn't, you know, you can always thumbs it down. You know, YouTube algorithm. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you think I'm wrong, you know, just let me know. But to me, this kind of tarnishes the Shenmue name. And now I'm like, even though Sega published this, you know, this collection, I was gonna seriously try to get some time before Shenmue 3 comes out, but now I'm like, I don't even know if I even care to even play this anymore. That's just how bad this is. Oh, it sucks. It sucks that stuff like this, when publishers and developers get so greedy, that it just pisses everyone off. I really don't think there's going to be a Shenmue 4 after this. I really don't. Because I think what's going to happen is there's going to get so much crap about this game that even when the game comes out, no one's going to want to buy it. I could be wrong. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't see a light out the other side of the tunnel. Let me know what you think. Leave those comments down below. Like it, dislike it, share this videos. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified. I don't normally do this either, but there is a join button. If you want to support me that way too, I'm not going to force you, but it is there. Like always, have a good one.